Good morning, it is episode 3 maybe from Peru, I don't really know. And we're leaving Cusco, climbing a little bit of altitude and heading to Puno on the edge of Lake Titicaca, so this should be fun. But first, today's video is sponsored by Squarespace.com. Squarespace is an awesome place for photographers, or anyone really, to build a professional looking website really quickly. There are a lot of community driven aspects that go beyond building the website as well. For example, you can make a gated community area to both earn revenue and connect with your audience. And if you're looking to streamline your photography business, there are loads of options to integrate third-party e-commerce programs which allow you to take payments, manage inventory, promote products, and even streamline your bookkeeping and accounting. Of course, all of this is a bonus beyond the beautiful and easy to use Squarespace website templates they're known for. So, head to squarespace.com/BrendanVanson for a 10% discount on your first purchase. We bumped along the cobbles of Cusco and slipped away into the countryside of the Peruvian highlands. We're at about 3,500 meters and climbing. The landscapes up here are stunning. They literally take your breath away. It was a long drive, and I kind of forgot to film most of it. But eventually, we ended up at the shores of Lake Titicaca. Behind me, that's Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world. And there's not a whole lot of oxygen up here. But I'm feeling good. Actually, the altitude hasn't really hit me that hard. We came out looking for a landscape photo, you know, using some of the grasses and reeds and whatnot to make a landscape photo of the lake, but the sky was a little bit bland. And we found these rodents running through the reeds, and I kind of got distracted because I love wildlife and wildlife photography. Only have my 70-200. Don't think I got a photo. They were really sneaky, but it was fun. As soon as I said the word sneaky, I should have known that they were wild guinea pigs. Roxy and Rosie, our pet guinea pigs back in Portugal, are about as sneaky and sassy as they come. And I did manage a couple photos of them in the reeds. And I captured a photo of a bird beautifully backlit on the lake as well. So our quick waterside stop at Lake Titicaca definitely wasn't a bust. Now, I'm going to bed, and tomorrow we're going to jump on boats and cruise out onto the lake. In the morning, we headed down to the port to boat our boat to the islands. The pandemic has definitely taken its toll on the tourism industry here. When I was last here about 5 years ago, there were about 20 tourism boats leaving the port. This morning, I think we're the only one. And on one hand, I feel so blessed to have these sacred waters to ourselves. But on the other hand, I can't help but think of the people who live on these islands and have come to rely on tourism so heavily over the years. We're on a boat. This is Lake Titicaca cruising at its best. We're just cutting through the reeds right now and heading towards an island called Tequila Island, where we're gonna walk up, explore, hopefully take some pictures and have some lunch. Alianchu! I think I just spoke the wrong language. That was Quechua, this is Aymara. My bad. Anyway, yeah, it's like a 2-hour boat cruise, and it's incredible. But historically, when I've been here over the past 12 years, it's just been a trail of boats leaving. Dozens and dozens of boats leaving full of tourists. There's only one other boat, and it's a local boat. So this is odd and pretty special. We cruise past the Reed Islands and towards Tequila. The island is situated almost straight west of the town of Puno towards Bolivia. Tequila is home to about 2,000 people who share the nearly 6 square kilometer island. As soon as you hit the islands, it's magic. And there's already a photo. A half moon sits squarely over the trees on the peak of the island. So Lake Titicaca is the highest navigable lake on the planet, which means there's not a whole lot of oxygen up here. And on top of that, they made the trails really, really steep. This is probably me standing as straight up as I can. So I would guess this is like, I don't know, a 15% grade straight up the hill. They definitely make you work if you want to visit the top of Tequila Island. And there's no tequila at the top of Tequila Island, to most people's dissatisfaction. But the views are pretty epic. Yes, the views are epic. And the people are stunningly beautiful too. If you're lucky, you'll find a group partaking in one of the folkloric songs. Some of these songs last 20 minutes, and I'm not sure who thought that dancing for 20 straight minutes at 4,000 meters above sea level was a good idea, but it does make for some beautiful photos. Afterwards, we hiked along the brick walkways of the island. There are no cars here. The only noise is the occasional sheep calling or chattering of birds. It's so peaceful. We had some locally sourced fish for lunch on the island and then stepped back on our boat to hop to the next island, Amantani. A place that I've been going for 15 years and a place that has changed so much. We've made it to Amantani Island. I haven't been here in about 5 years, and this is maybe my 12th time being here. And on first re-impression, I'm absolutely blown away by how much it's changed, how much it's developed. It used to be, I mean, the first time I was here, there wasn't even like toilets. There was kind of holes in the ground, not even true outhouses. It was really, really undeveloped. Now there's beautiful pathways, lots of really nice looking houses. It looks like they've put the tourism money to really good use, and it's really good to see. And as for us, we're here for the night. We're doing a homestay with local families and hopefully getting out and taking some pictures. Yes, things have changed here. There's even 4G cell signal now. But the one thing that hasn't changed is the hospitality of the people. Once again, they welcome us into their homes with open arms. After having our bellies filled with dinner, we headed out in the afternoon glow to see if there was a photo to be made along the lake. Sunset's literally 5-10 minutes away, and this close to the equator, you don't have a whole lot of time to, you know, have good light. You really get one photo and that's it. And I've been walking up and down the shores of Lake Titicaca here on Tequila Island. Amantani Island, trying to find a photo. And off in the distance I saw a guy fishing or riding a boat or something, and I've just kind of been booking it in this direction. Because not only is he there, but there's some rocks that might make for a nice foreground. So I got maybe 5-10 minutes to make a photo. Wish me luck. I pulled out my 70 to 200 millimeter and managed one image of the fisherman in the backlight before he paddled away. But near the spot I was photographing him, there were some rocks and grasses that helped fill an otherwise empty frame. Magically, I managed to take a couple frames as the light tumbled down. So I'm not sure how much luck I had there. There was a really cool moment with the fisherman with a long lens. I think maybe I got a photo there. After that, it was a challenge. It's a little bit difficult here because it's so open on the lake. The lake is just, there's nothing to draw the eye. It's just huge. And even though the sky was really beautiful and still is even beautiful, there's just not enough foreground interest. There's not enough big something in the background. If you had big peaks or these peaks were closer, it'd be absolutely epic. It was a bit of a challenge. So I think we'll get some sleep and see what tomorrow brings. Maybe just go for like a morning photo walk without doing landscapes. See what happens. After a good night's sleep, I decided to do something counter to everything my photography brain says is rational. I went out without a tripod and with a fixed 50mm f1.4 lens. Hence this beautiful bokeh and the lack of me talking to the camera. I had the goal in mind of just exploring. If a photo came about, I'd take it. But my mission was to feel the island wake up. A donkey welcomed me to a little slice of the shore. And there, I found a couple wooden boats on the shore and a rocky pier. As I left, local residents started packing up to head to the port to catch the shuttle boats into the city. I managed to capture a couple photos of one of them. Then, it was time to say goodbye to our local hosts and head back onto the lake. On our way back to Puno, we stopped at the Uros Islands. Kamisaraki. We are on the Uros Islands, the Reed Islands. These entire islands and basically everything on them are made out of reeds. And it's kind of cool, photogenic. The people are super friendly. When we rocked up, they were making themselves breakfast. And now they're laughing at me for vlogging, which is always nice. No, they're super nice, and I think we've made some really cool photos here. I always have such a great time on Lake Titicaca, and it's the people that make it. They're so warm and have such a great sense of humor. Lake Titicaca is not a landscape photography paradise by any stretch of the imagination. It's an absolutely beautiful place, but really kind of hard to photograph. But there are so many interesting people and interesting things happening that there are definitely photos. So I'm still with my 50mm even after this morning. Just wandering around, exploring, getting some portraits, trying to get as low as I can to make the portraits, and having a lot of fun. A visit always seems too short, but we still have so much to explore here in Peru before we leave. Gracias. Gracias. So that's it for where are we? Lake Titicaca region. It's been a lot of fun, and the journey in Peru continues. We're heading on to the Colca Canyon next. A little bit lower in elevation, but still a little bit tough to breathe. I'll see you there. Peace.